y'all like, share the live, all right? Y'all hit that gift box. I told y'all about that gift box, Anna. Give me 1 second to get over here. Danetta, you got moderators, so when somebody come in that's retarded or crazy, no weapons form, you do too, just go on ahead and hide them from the channel. We ain't got time for that fucked up energy, okay? What's going on, no weapons? What's going on to all my members in the chat? Up Scorpio and like me. What's going on with y'all? What's up, Tiffany Hoffman? I got a message. This shit ain't ordinary. I just want to talk to somebody who just don't understand what's really going on in their life right now. I feel the energy of a Scorpio being confused because you keep transforming and you ain't rebirthing. Who am I talking to? Can we talk? Can we talk, Scorpio? I love you to death. Can we talk? What's going on, Makita? Can we talk about it? The more I, sit with myself, I keep trying to understand like why things happen the way they happen, and when you get to a certain point, I don't know who I'm talking to. They told me to pick up the cards. Okay, Spirit. When you get to a certain point in your life, in your relationship, just the ends. Who am I talking to? The ins and outs. That's what I'm hearing. The ins and outs. When you get into it, when you get into your life, who am I talking to? You keep trying to find validation. You keep trying to find this and that and the third. And I keep asking God in my meditation, who are you? It's so weird to me because I feel like I got to rap on who Jesus is. He's a savior, but then when you start talking about Father, oh God, I'm trying to help somebody. Father. You know what Spirit told me? Spirit told me in every life I ever lived, He never gave me a father. Yeah, a sperm donor, but not a father. He said, I'm your father. Which art in heaven, who am I talking to? God said, you know me, you just don't remember. Some of us need to remember. He said, if you remember me, you'll remember you. Some of y'all ride or die, y'all ride or die died a long time ago. Who am I talking to? Give me a second, guys. Some of y'all ride or die died a long time ago. Some of y'all keep chasing your father. God said, if you just be still a minute, I'll show you who I am, because all you got to do is go inside. It's in your DNA. It ain't in your experience. God keep trying to tell me, if you keep going through something in every life, it ain't about your experience. It's about what you're doing with the experience. Who am I talking to? This ain't no ordinary love. God says stop attaching emotions and your feelings with love. It ain't about that. Learn the art of detachment, Matoki, I keep hearing. I'm talking to y'all too. The art of detachment. Not no fucking cord cutting ritual. Not no spiritual bath. Who am I talking to? The art. If I could not master that, He wouldn't have told me that. If I couldn't do that, He wouldn't have even put it in my spirit. Who am I talking to? Who else can learn what love is when you've been to the other side of it so deep till you lost everything? Trying to catch somebody else so they don't fall like you did. I wish I had somebody who knew what I was talking about. And then now you got this armor. This armor is experience. God said the experience ain't your armor. I'm your armor. Because you're going to always meet somebody a little more experienced than you. Who am I talking to? God said all we need to do is remember Remember, remember, remember. He said, if you remember me, you'll remember you. Some of us don't want to remember him because we keep wanting to remember somebody that's fictitious. We want to be attached to something so bad. Some of y'all still trying to prove a point. Some of y'all still trying to, Spirit just said, some of y'all still trying to prove a point. Y'all been with somebody 15 years trying to prove the point that somebody told y'all a long time ago, this person is the fucking pits. They gonna run you in the ground and anything attached to you. Some of y'all still trying to prove a point. You hard-headed, Scorpio. You stubborn. You decided to open up your heart when you never did before. And they fucked you over and they fucked your heart up. And now you want to prove a point. Spirit said, remember me and you'll remember you. This message ain't for everybody. God told me I ain't had a father in life, which lead me to believe I done chased him in every life. Him who? That's what God said, him who? See, that's when I said to myself, as soon as he said that, I thought to myself, man, I know a lot about Jesus, but God, who? That's the Father. Man, that's who I'm chasing. But I ain't chasing him. I'm chasing it in the 3D. Why am I chasing? If I chase it in the spirit, Lord have mercy, help us. Help the divine feminine energy just try to peek their way back in. They try to have some type of standing ground. It almost feels like the women that wasn't able to vote and wasn't able to do shit unless they had a husband. It feels like oppression right now. That you chased your father all these years. We'll say in the name of Jesus, in the blood of Jesus. We know it's power in that name. Like, just from being from a Christian background, like I know it's power in that name. I don't care how spiritual I get. I know it's power in that name. Who am I talking to? But when I say God the Father, I really, to be honest, and I have to be honest with y'all because I got to be honest with God because I'm trying to get a breakthrough. I ain't trying to fake the funk. I'm channeling somebody who really know what I'm talking about. Let's be honest. Let's talk about it. Jesus wasn't the one who told them to kill that lamb and put that blood over their door. That was God. See, it's power. See, what the world did was made us, kind of like want to flip the script on masculine energy because the further I get away from masculine energy that I can't respect, that I can't honor, that ain't did the same thing for me, I get further away from the Father. It's in our 3D psyche. Who am I talking to? God said, if you remember me, you'll remember you. So now my meditation go a little different. Who am I talking to? Every answer is within. Every single one is within. Anything you ever been through was to get you to. In this life or any life you ever lived. It's about evolving. I'm just talking to divine feminine energy who was erased out of every single thing that was good. That's why this world is gone to shit. Literally. So God is saying, what, you chasing the wrong father. Somebody chasing the wrong father. And God keeps saying to me in meditation, you know me, you just got to remember me. You just got to remember. You know why you can't remember? Because you popping pills for anxiety and PTSD. You know why you can't remember? Because you drinking so much wine. And you saying wine like that ain't alcohol. You drinking so much wine and you smoking so much. All this shit damaging to you all because what? You chasing your father that ain't in heaven. And I ain't even trying to get religious on nobody. I'm just saying what God said to me. Take it or leave it how you want to. I'm just telling you what ails you. It's the same thing that's ailing all of us. It's almost like they held us back so long to being able to vote, made us feel like we made it somewhere. We didn't make it no fucking well. Because if we didn't make it in our mental, we didn't make it nowhere. I don't care nothing about no fucking ballot. The men still controlling the polls. They still controlling this earth. That's why it's going to shit. They've taken creation out. They've taken every fucking thing out that governs the earth. Mother. How you gonna have an earth with no mother? If you got an earth with no mother, it's gonna fucking die. Just point blank, period. And so God is saying, the earth is already mother, the 3D is already mother. Y'all just can't tap into it. It's above y'all. Y'all keep trying to find your father instead of being the mother. I wish I had somebody caught that. Some of y'all, Spirit D said some of y'all still trying to prove a point. Some of y'all think tomorrow gonna be the day. Some of y'all think, it's gonna happen. They're gonna change. And you keep transforming, but no rebirthing. That's why you tired. That's why you on medication. That's why you drinking. That's why you smoking. That's why you reading your Bible all day long. And ain't getting no result because you so fucking stressed out. You can't even get one prayer up and God listening the whole while. He just wondering why you're not connecting to him while you connecting so much for this person that been showed you they straight ass. And at some point, Scorpio, we just got this self-responsibility for our hand in it, okay? That's my biggest thing. It's just the way Spirit speak to you for me. It's not no audible voice. It almost sounds like my intuition or like just a deep knowing that's what it is. It's like I already knew the answer. Do y'all follow what I'm trying to say? It's like I already knew the answer before I asked it, and that's what he said, if you just remember. And I'm like, damn, how I did that though? How did I remember just then in that instant? How did I do that? How did I know that that's what was gonna be said? Like, how did I know that? See, that's what God's trying to get us to focus. I'm starting these breathing techniques because if you follow me a while, you'll know I always feel something about. I'm not asthmatic. I never had no problems with my breathing, but I feel like in another life I either was suffocated, drowned, strangled, or some shit like that. Cause like if I see a movie like I was watching 57 Meters, I think it is. And the girls was in this cage, and the cage cable broke, and they went to the bottom. I couldn't fucking breathe. Literally, I had to turn it off. So like, I'm doing breathing exercise, but let me tell you something about that shit. When you start learning how to breathe correctly, and when you start centering yourself in a deep meditative state like that, see, you got to be ready for that type of stuff because you might get into that meditative state and you might know when you finna leave here, how many breaths you got left, like stuff like that. I'm being honest with you. God he'll reveal to you how much time you wasted. That's why these people that have these near-death experiences, they come back different. When they come back, they be depressed. they be depressed because what just happened to them is totally opposite to the life they live, no matter how old they are. If you're young, it's gonna drive you crazy because the people around you gonna be wondering, like, they gonna say you weird, right? If you, some people don't even speak on this shit for 2 and 3 and 4 years. What happened to them? For fear of people ostracizing them. I had a near-death experience at age 21, and it could have been the death of my 2 oldest sons, all of us. Like, literally. When I left my house, back then, that was when children could ride on the back of a pickup truck, and it wasn't no, crime or like on ticket or nothing like that. They rode all the way somewhere where I was going on the back of that truck, and they were supposed to come back with me, but I left them there, and when I got down the road, I flipped my whole truck. If they'd have been on the back of that truck then, they would have been graveyard fucking dead. And me, my sister, and my daughter, we didn't have on seatbelts. And this was a county road that was full of pulpwood trucks. The truck with the big logs coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. It was a pulpwood driver that stopped before anybody got there, the Florida Highway Patrol. But he said when he saw my truck begin to flip, he knew anybody that was in that truck was dead. We got out of that truck with no scratch on us. The truck was folded up like a Bible. I had to kick the door out to get out. God said, remember me. You ain't got to go through no near-death experience. All you got to do is get to yourself. But do you want to have that experience, or do you want to keep chasing your 3D father? These people messed up, guys. Y'all, we start... God keep trying to show me like your father was just, like Mary and carried Jesus. Like it was a vessel. It was a segue. It wasn't no, God keep trying to, I wish I can articulate what I'm saying, because you just got to get it for yourself. You got to do this work. It's work, guys. It's work. And you got to want to do the work. And you got to want to change, and you got to want something different for yourself in your life. Because if not, you'll live a whole life of trying to seek something that you finna have to seek in another life because your time done ran out, because you're trying to what? Make somebody else's life comfortable and better, hoping they what? Make yours better? And y'all, when I'm asking y'all these questions, they rhetorical. I'm talking to me, too. Like, when you get in them meditative states, when you get in that presence, it just be like a all-knowing thing. Ain't nobody talking to you. It's just like you just, because it's all in there in the first place. All the heartbreak, all the trauma, it's in there. You just don't want to look at it every day. So we do certain things to avoid it. And we'll pour into somebody else because we want to feel that love for that emptiness. We want to feel holes. And Spirit keep telling me ain't no holes. You perfect. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You perfect. I'm just saying. God said you ain't never had a father in no life but me. How you don't remember me? How you keep chasing it? To me, that father shit just like the ring and the promise. It's like God saying you think that the ring and the promise got you fucked up, but what you really need to know is you chasing your father is what got you fucked up. The wrong father. It's just how he speak to me. It just be like, just like I speak to y'all, like just real, how he know I'm a understanding, how he made me. You want me to stop cussing? You want me to drink more water? Listen, don't try to change me. God made me. You might have to drink a gallon of water a day to have pretty skin and to be thin and work your digestive system out. I don't. I hate water. You might have to exercise 7 days a week. For me, I might not exercise. I might just take me a brisk walk and say, fuck it. We different, but God keeps saying, like, you though. You the best expression of you. Stop trying to let people tell you who you are, who you need to be. Because when you quiet yourself and center yourself, you already got to just show you who you are. Who am I talking to? The Spirit said, when you sit your ass down, I just show you who you are. I'll show you what you're doing to yourself. I'll show you what that person doing to you. I'll show you what God purposed for you. I give you a contrast. Some of y'all, if y'all like me, y'all need a spreadsheet. Y'all need Spirit to show y'all how it's gonna work out. Because you ain't really tapped in enough and spiritual enough to know that, to have that all knowing, because you ain't doing what you supposed to do. You can't do it. You trying to regulate. You trying to stay sane. You trying to keep your head above the water. You trying to still walk on eggshells. You still acting like your love ordinary, like the love that you done got in every life from your father is ordinary. He trying to understand why you can't remember. I already know why you can't. Look, the Two of Wands in reverse, you restricted. Somebody restricting your movement. Because you chasing your daddy still. Come on through, Spirit. Look, the King of Cups in reverse. I wish I had somebody to know when I show up, my spirit team show up. This ain't no ordinary shit. You've been chasing your father your whole life. Ever since they gave you a baby doll. You was a single parent then. They made you a single parent at 5. Who am I talking to? Some of y'all never had a father figure in your life. That's why you're still chasing it. God said, why you ain't leaning on me? I've been your father in every life. I've been a perfect gentleman. I told you how I roll. Who am I talking to? This who you keep marrying. It ain't your decision. You just keep doing this shit because you're looking for your father. He ain't there. When I said looking for your father, Spirit said he ain't there. Let's keep going, Scorpio. The Queen of Wands in reverse. Yeah, you feel inadequate as fuck. You just keep. It's almost like you saying, if you find your daddy, if you find your father, you'll be back to you. Spirit saying, no. The father you chasing gonna always have you feeling inadequate, but the real father gonna always let you know who you truly are, and that's whole. Ain't nothing wrong with you at all. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Let's see what else. Man spirit in the building. The Two of Wands in reverse. See, the Two of Wands upright is, it's almost like you planning something. It's a sense of urgency. You at a pause. You got to go left or right. You can't go just, you ain't got free range route no more. You got to make a decision. Who am I talking to? You got to make a decision about this King of Cups in reverse that you keep chasing. Some of us don't even know what that shit looked like if you ain't watched the Huxtables. And that was fake to us. We liked it because we never experienced it. Your little temperance. This is telling me, the culture of this shit is women accepting and selling a lot of shit just to have peace, what they call peace. For some of these King of Cups, they're non-committal, but they're good providers. Some of us been able to chalk it up like that. Well, at least they pay the bills, at least they take care of us. But you ain't, you don't even have a pulse with this person. The only time you connect with this person or you feel as though you being intimate with them is during sex. And it's almost like they just jacking off on your body. I'm going to keep going. Six of Cups. Some of y'all just, some of y'all still proving a point. Because y'all got kids together or y'all got all this time together. I keep telling y'all, listen, y'all ain't been through everything together. You been through everything with they ass. They ain't been through shit with you yet. By the time a year up, you done went through every vow known to man with these men. Sickness and health, rich or poor, they be done lie about their money anyway. Look, the judgment in reverse in the middle of your reading. Yeah, it's time. It's time to remember. Spirit said, I'm going to jar your memory. With the Two of Wands in reverse, the King of Cups in reverse, and Temperance, I'm going to jar your memory. Yeah, some of y'all keep wanting to go down memory lane with this person because y'all keep thinking about the good times. Y'all keep thinking about the love bombing. See, y'all need to think about this. Spirit said, y'all need to think about heartbreak. Y'all need to write down all the times that they shunned you, all the time they gave you the cold shoulder for no reason, just because you spoke your opinion. Y'all need to think about all the time this person made time for everything in their life except you. Yeah, it's judgment time now. Everybody want to duck, roll, and fucking ride. No, you can't hide from God. That's what you not going to do. Because when he come in with that temperance, because to me the temperance always give me the energy of like that prayer that just make you say, okay, this is it. Or you hear that church song. Whether you denounce religion or not, it's just that song that you used to hear when you was a child that set you back. That's why I tell y'all, whatever you used to do to get a breakthrough, do it. These people can't tell you how you honor God and Jesus and Buddha and whoever else. God sent us here for diversity. That's why it's different languages, different colors of skin, different regions where people come from. Come on, we weren't supposed to be normal like everybody else. You got the Five of Pentacles, Scorpio. You realize that somebody don't want you where they at. When I see the Five of Pentacles, that's what I get from that. Like somebody don't want you there. Somebody done finally just cracked your fucking head open and made you know, listen, I don't want you. I ain't rocking with you. Spirit said, why I got to get to that? Spirit said, if you remembered your father, you wouldn't have stood for that shit for 5 seconds. They couldn't have love bombed you and nothing else. If y'all go listen to my messages, I told you these men, they think they settling too. We got two different standards when it comes to settling. When they settle, it's just, shit. I'm 40 years old. Whoever in my life right now, it's time for me to have kids. Okay, you're the one. And we be settling because we be with people waiting on their ass to try to do what they said they were supposed to do and hold up their end of the bargain, not even do no over the top shit. They want you to do over top shit, but they ain't doing shit. Look, I told you 10 of Wands. How long this relationship, job, whatever it is, how long have it been feeling like this? Like back breaking word. Like you ain't getting nowhere. Somebody realizing that. Somebody saying, damn, the hours I done put in with this shit, if I done put it on a job, I'd be rich. That's what I'm saying. You already got this deep knowing, but you looking for your daddy. Look at this shit, the 10 of Pentacles. That's what you think your shit wrapped up in. Your 10 of Pentacles. This your 10 of Pentacles, Scorpio. It ain't wrapped up in nobody. It definitely ain't wrapped up. Like I just said, if you got paid for what you did in this shit, how many hours you put in, and I'm talking about hours that they stole from you. So this ain't gonna just be no, hour, a million fucking hours and you couldn't all. You got the, I'm talking about spiritually, y'all. That's why these people get mad because you move on. the Page of Cups, the overall energy, you move on and you start doing well. Why? Not because you trying to outdo nobody or not because you give a fuck what nobody doing in their life. It's just you just start being you again. You just start moving freely again. When you know who you are, you start meeting people. Scorpio, your energy attract every fucking body. Anybody. I could be in fucking Walmart looking for some tomatoes and I get to the tomatoes and somebody strike up a conversation with me before I'm there 15 minutes. They telling me their whole life. How much more magnetic you gonna be when you free of some bullshit? The only reason you ain't attracting shit is because you still in the energy of you being married. And Scorpio, you so loyal, that's the energy you gonna be in until you leave this shit. But when you cut that shit off and you leave that energy, oh man, come on now. You already know what time it is. I don't care what your age is. I don't care whether you damn a brick house or a fucking big backer. Period. It's somebody for every fucking body. That's gonna treat you good as fuck. So it's like, come on, what's this Two of Wands in reverse? Yeah, ain't no road to Damascus. That's what I just heard. Experience you ain't at no road to Damascus with this King of Cups in reverse. You know what this is. This still you trying to look for me. You should be looking for me, but what you looking for, it ain't out there. You looking for your 3D daddy, the sperm donor. Look, the one that was young and gifted your mama. I'm talking to somebody who had got young parents. Y'all didn't even know what the fuck y'all was doing, parents. Like, and history repeated itself. That's what Spirit just said. You did it too. You could have had a child at 15, 16, even earlier than that, okay? What's this Two of Wands in reverse? Look at the Nine of Wands coming out in reverse. I told you. Somebody just want to restrict you. Somebody wants you to just stay put. You got the two, all your tools coming out in reverse. Tools got to do with union. It's like you breaking up with this bitch and yourself. Who am I talking to? Period. Look, the Six of Wands. You breaking up with everybody. To come to some type of recognition in your mind about who you are, yeah, and who they ain't. Yeah, you got your attention where it don't need to be at. And I feel like that's what's going on. This shit was restricting you and you breaking out of that shit. You like, I ain't got no midlife crisis. I ain't got shit going on with my finances till I start fucking with you. I ain't take PTSD, anxiety medicine. Like, it's like if you had PTSD, you was handling. You was in perfect peace. Your chakras and shit was aligning. You get with this person, it's like everything out of whack. Your hair falling out, your weight up and down. Sometimes you want to eat, sometimes you don't. It's just like this person came in your life and deregulated you. And it's like we sit here and we say, okay, they doing all this shit, fucking us over and doing all this shit. They gonna come back and clean this shit up and make it right. Like, do you really want them to? I'm just saying. What's this King of Cups in reverse? They showed you who they was. If this King of Cups sitting in reverse, they showing you who they are. We got the Nine of Swords. I'm telling you, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of hours on the clock. That's what Spirit said. A lot of hours on. Why? Because you can. You had the strength. God built you like this. God built you like that. Some of y'all could have Leo in your chart. That's what Spirit just said. I wouldn't have said that shit. Spirit said some of y'all could have Leo in your chart. We got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Change your plans. King of Cups in reverse. Change your plans. You were never meant to be shaded. You were never meant to walk in nobody's shadow and shit like that. Like, whatever this, I just feel like with the King of Cups, there's somebody who drank a lot. There's somebody who, got a lot of self-esteem issues, insecurities. They don't even know what a father looked like. They probably come from a single parent home where their mama told them, you the man of the house. And guess what the man of the house did? Cook, clean, wash clothes. Who am I talking to? That's who you got. the boy mom, whatever you want to call it, the mama's boy. Yeah. And then you get one of those, and then you throw them in society, and they got to prove their manhood to the manhood society, the other idiots like them who think that they gonna what? Keep just playing until they die? Or until they get so damn old, they have you as a CNA or some shit like that. Like, come on, be fucking real. I don't want the next generation of women to even be thinking like this shit. Like they just got to have a man in order for them to be stable and safe. It seems like to me, most women now, they moving away from that shit. And what I'm getting in my mind is, they really going within and spirit showing them who their father is, so they no longer looking for that bitch. We're no longer looking for you. If you're not present in my life, it's just God. That's my go-to. And see, if we pull more into him, looking for him like we did looking for him in this 3D, what he's saying is you have breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough after you'll be dialed the fuck in. Some of us don't want to do the breathing work, though. We don't want to do what it takes for you to go to that meditative state to the point where you could probably hold your breath for 12 fucking minutes. You leave this body and go into a deep consciousness. That's why I tell y'all, when y'all be asleep and astral projecting, it be monitored spirits want to enter your body. But when you do that shit, when your light body go up, your ancestors and Archangel Michael, they stand there and be like, I wish you would try it. It's almost like they can hit them with a fucking fly squad. It's like, I wish you would try to jump in their body while they gone. You don't hold enough power. It ain't that you don't hold enough power, Scorpio. You might not, but your ancestors do. Stop playing with Scorpio. I ain't got to know that you monitoring me and doing this. All I got to know is I went to sleep and I had a dream. I'm thinking, or I had a dream. What I was doing was astral projecting, but when you, whoever you is, came and tried to jump in my body, you couldn't do it. You couldn't even come down past the ceiling. Who am I talking to? Some of y'all got resurrecting power and y'all sitting up under somebody talking about they leading you well. Be submissive when? We haven't asked these questions. We just been going along with the plan. With the status quo, not no more. Women realizing what peace means. Peace means absent of men. That's what peace means. That's all it means. Because they ain't at peace with you. They get a piece of you, a piece of them, a piece of till they get caught, and then they figure out another way to do it where they don't get caught. It's a full-time job for them instead of the marriage. We keep saying, damn, why they won't do the work? Because they're working somewhere else. They doing the work. They putting in the hours just like you putting in the hours. They just settling for you. They're waiting for the one they really want. Just like the man said today, these men, they'll get a girl and marry her and all that shit while they looking for their dream girl. While they building their money up, while they working out, while they getting their teeth done, and all this shit. That ain't for you. Because look at you. They look at you like a debt. They steady upgrading. You steady declining. You steady waiting on them to just come back, and it's like, they ain't even think about your ass. The third party got them totally consumed because that's who they really want. That's who they fantasize about, but they got to pay for that, see. That's the whole reason why men get money, careers. And nowadays the men get more plastic surgery than women. They getting pecs and all that. They talk all that shit about women getting implants, now the men getting pectorals. They get they call it 460 lipo all the way around. They abs chiseled out. Y'all is clowns. And y'all shame a woman who done carried a whole fucking person in them that go do that type of shit to make themselves feel better. Now here y'all bitches is. going under the knife. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? That let y'all know how men feel about us. They hate us. Literally. What's this temperance? They come in to fuck up your peace, your life, because they know you looking for your father. They know that shit. They know that shit. Look at the 10 of Wands coming out on temperance. God coming to get you from this job. You getting laid off. They probably gonna hire somebody else or probably already have. Who gives a fuck? Yeah, look, there go right there, the third party, 3 of Cups in reverse. Who gives a fuck? It don't matter, Scorpio. Just the 10 of Wands twice. It's just like, come on, Spirit saying, what you doing with your life? Look, I can't make it up. That's crazy. He come to steal your peace. That's clarifying the temperance card. Sagittarius energy. He come to steal your peace. Capricorn energy, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, to me, too, this page becomes being the overall energy, and then you got the 9 of Pentacles right up under in reverse. Come on through, Spirit, with the 7 of Pentacles. This shit ain't never bear fruit. This shit took you out your element. This person gave you something small as hell, and you've been working ever since and been upside down, pointing to them ever since. That's just the truth of it. They've been breadcrumbing you with the Page Cups. Look, the Star in reverse. Just got you sitting there unevolving. I keep telling y'all, a Scorpio got to transform. Look at the King of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Double time. It ain't gonna work, bro. They gonna do it. They gonna do it. They gonna do right for 10 seconds, and they're gonna be right back doing the stupid shit. They just think they can hide it more. They go to 3 of Swords. Whoever this is, they finna feel the pain. They finna feel the pain. Are you not remembering their ass no more and remember the true father? What's this 6 of Cups? What you remember, Scorpio? What you feeling nostalgia about? The Page of Swords. When you used to be a go-getter. When you used to read books. When you used to go out. When you used to pamper yourself. When you used to do all these things post they raggedy ass. Before your life changed, you know, for the worse, you rather sit and self-medicate so you can tap the fuck out of your real life because you knew it would have been better had the circumstances been different type shit. Yeah, the Page of Swords. Some of y'all gave up y'all whole career for this shit. Yeah, look, the King of Wands in reverse. Come through, Spirit. I'm telling you, it's like they just keep calling your name. They just know what to say. They just know how to get you to, how to taunt you, how to, you know, it's just a master manipulator at this point. A woman's man, a scouter, a predator. The King of Wands to me in reverse give me predator every fucking time, especially with the Page of Swords. They looking for a certain type. So when they met you, you was that type, but they changed you from that type. You safe now. You could be the wife until I find what I really want. If I find what I really want in the time of me making money, and half the time they don't never get what they want because they ain't getting no money. What they fantasize about. And then you got like the Michael Jordans and shit like that. They you know, Juanita got what she got. She got some good check. But what I'm saying is they go for what they really wanted. He went to a white, all his women turned white after her. Like, people fucking real. I'm telling y'all the truth, gang. Like, these men, really, when they get that money, while you taking 15 years out of your life, your work history, whatever the fuck you doing, to sacrifice for them, they trying to build wealth to go find a bitch that's they fantasy girl. I promise you that. They feel like they settling with you. I promise. What else on this? Because I want to know what you reminiscing about, sis. Because you the Empress. What you reminiscing about? Your baby daddy? Your husband that you with right now? Somebody who blocked your creativity, you still reminiscing about them? Somebody who ain't seen you as an Empress yet, past the love mommy? Somebody who's still looking for an empress. They still looking for an empress with an empress in their fucking bed. This King of Wands in reverse with the Page of Swords on the Six of Cups. You just somebody that have their children or whatever like that, but while they got this money and these vacations and these riches and this da-da-da-da-da, they looking for her. And you know why the exes always try to circle back? Because now, since you out there fucked up relationship and back to yourself, you hot again. Just like that. It just take one order from fucking Sheen or some damn well or whatever the fuck, and you just back on top. A little heel, a little lipstick, and you on the scene. Good. It's like, what the fuck? Like, and you sitting up acting like you ain't got an empress in your bed and you looking for one? I'm telling you they are. In the middle of your reading, Scorpio, you got judgment in the reverse. Yes, you are being judged. Like, what? Yeah, it's time. What's the judgment in reverse? What I say, y'all? There go your energy, Scorpio. It's about to go down. There go your energy. Some shit was meant to clear your path, not to tear you up. Yeah, look, somebody finna have to face whatever this is. That's just what it is. You finna have to face whatever this is with the Five of Cups. Because what you need to realize is you need to detach your emotions from this shit. That's what you need to do. What would you do if this was a perfect stranger? Look, this Five of Pentacles coming out now in the reverse. You walked away from this shit. You realizing this person they ain't never saw you. This person, everything about this person changed. Once you said I do, or once you was the mother of their kids, or whatever, they duped your ass, and then here they come. But Judgment Day here. It's here. You done. This bitch can't entice you no more with the kids, the manipulation, whatever this is, this player trickster mentality. That Knight of Pentacles in reverse, God said, you telling me what you gonna do with my daughter? I'll show you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna flip the whole script. I'm gonna clear her path, but I'm gonna tear your shit down. Clearing her path. She know how to go from ground zero. You barely fucking holding on your whole life. Somebody feel it. They losing their grip. Somebody with this Three of Swords, you gotta lose your grip. The Five of Pentacles in reverse now. I looked in the window. What window? The window of my heart, and I realized you ain't rocking with me for real, for real. See, that's the thing about going within. That's why a lot of people don't do the healing, because you got to accept responsibility for what you haven't healed. But see, the more you go within, the more you center yourself and you clear that shit out, you'll make better choices. That's why we got all this distraction in the 3D. Because see, you got to be, that's why I say when you appointed, fuck being chosen. I don't even know what that means no more. I'm talking about the people that got to be at a certain place at a certain time, no matter fucking what. No matter your children missing, no matter your husband fucking off, no matter you done lost your job, no matter you even won the lottery, it's still at a point in time. Dumb, crippled, or crazy, you got to be somewhere. That's why you still living to this day. Who am I talking to? And you sitting here distracted with a 3D distorted ass masculine, looking for a father figure when you already got a perfect example. Three of Swords. I'm just channeling right now because every time I look at this devil with his hand out, I want to cut that bitch off. Yo, look, on the Three of Swords, you got the Magician in reverse. Now they want to manipulate the outcome. Here you go with that bullshit. I just don't be understanding, like, do the spirit, do the, like, is it, see, in my mind, I always thought when the evil deities, is monetary spirits, all this shit around, I'm thinking they communicate with each other. Like, if you evil, then we all evil. But what spirit is telling me, no, this evil motherfucker might be from a different realm of hell. This one might be, they ain't even communicating. They there for you, all of them. Who am I talking to? The easiest way to get there is this portal. That's the easiest way. I don't know who I'm talking to. The magician. That's the easiest way for them to control the outcome. They feel you strengthening. They feel your power being pulled back. It's too powerful for them not to. But Spirit keeps saying, why you don't feel it? Why you don't understand how powerful you are? What make this person think that they can manipulate your outcome? Because you listen to what they had to say for all these years? No, but when you appointed, baby, listen. When Scorpio keep transforming, hit that tower fall. It's like, hold on, this bitch she done AI'd out or whatever the fuck going on, robotic routine, just, and all these years study passing by, like, you look in the mirror, you like, what the fuck? What's this Three of Swords? Yeah, no, this bitch feeling the Three of Swords. It ain't that they heart broke, they just miss your energy. See, what you need to know, your energy is so valuable, it'll make them a puppet. Your energy make motherfuckers perform, Scorpio. It's just how your energy, how your mindset is allowing that energy to play out. That's what I'm hearing. What else? With this Three of Swords, I'm telling you, Scorpio know the game, we can play it. The Ace of Cups in reverse, absolutely fuck not. There is major love loss. Fuck all that, ain't no love loss. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's exactly what the Three of Swords is. And voila, there goes Scorpio. There go your chariot. It's always parked outside. That's what Spirit just said. Yeah, look, the Seven of Wands. It's just waiting on you to stand up for yourself. It's waiting on, look how this woman meditates. It's waiting on you to center yourself. You are the crystal fucking ball. You just got to remember. Some of us can't remember that shit. We got to remember. We got to do what we need to do to remember to climb them steps right there with the Hierophant. Let's see, what's this Five of Pentacles? Somebody didn't want you to know that you that you was in the Five of Pentacles energy. In other words, somebody pissing on your leg and telling you it's raining. To see how you gonna react. A lot of this shit this person do to you is to see how far they can go. The old you would have stood 2 minutes of it. This to open you. This to you searching for something you ain't never searched for before that ain't got nothing to do with your purpose. It's real dangerous when you appointed and you off your path. That's why God keep realigning you with towers and shit and Five of Pentacle energy where people treat you cold and detached from you because you can't detach from them. But God can't set us free with that type of shit. That's like fight or flight energy. God wants you to be able to spot some shit and be like, oh, nah. First date, first conversation, first interaction, it's like, it's a no for you. You got to know where your energy belongs when you appointed. Because how many breaths you got left? I'm just telling you what I'm hearing. How many times in your life of breaths you got, you want to be in the energy of somebody who really don't want you in their energy? Somebody who don't want the best for you. The Five of Pentacles is bad health, bad, all kind of bad shit. That's who you're around. This you around somebody who wants you to feel in the Five of Pentacles energy, not in Empress energy, not taking care of you, protecting you, loving on you, having you in the energy you already in. Like, at least give me what the fuck I already got when I came to this shit. Don't give me a bottle of pills and PTSD and trust issues and all this shit. I cleared my energy of that shit. The last shit I was with. Or maybe you didn't. I'm just saying. What's this Five of Pentacles? The Two of Pentacles in reverse. I told y'all your tools coming out in the fucking reverse. It's no more doing it your way. It's no more waiting on you to bring balance into our marriage, or for you to pay me this raise that you know ain't gonna be up. Even by the time they give you a raise, it still don't amount up to what you worth. They can't make this shit right. That's what Spirit's saying. This shit can't. They can't even this score. Time is up. The Two of Pentacles in reverse. They ain't your salvation. They ain't your conclusion either. I don't care how chiseled y'all are. I don't care how many times you went up under the night devil to get this body and this. Look at all the black flowing hair and all this shit. These men out here wearing makeup and all type of shit. We got the Queen of Wands in reverse here on the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, they wanted you to feel like you was worthless. To feel not like yourself. To feel like you defeated. Washed up. Run amok. They want you to just sit in that Five of Pentacles energy and be okay with that for the rest of your life while they out playing. What's this Five of Pentacles? Queen of Wands in reverse. That's that third party. Remember the King of Wands. The King of Wands up here in reverse twice, y'all. Come on. The Four of Wands in reverse. Come on. This house ain't no fucking home. Six of Pentacles in reverse. This person, this is just how they treat you because this what you allow. Because you still waiting on your daddy to show up. The King of Cups in reverse twice. The King of Wands in reverse twice. They ain't showing up. And it's time for you to get past it. This person never intended to give you a good life. This person never intended to work hard for y'all relationship. Like they never intended shit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They look at you like a job. Like somebody they paying under the fucking table. So they can work the dog shit out of you. While they out with bitches at 5-star hotels and fucking eating good meals and shit, date nights and buying them gifts and pampering them, and you the one there taking care of their fucking kids, cooking dinner. You sitting up, you don't even look sexy no more, because they don't want you to. You put on lingerie, they won't even talk to you. Because that must be you trying to what? Act like you could do that type, be sexy? It's real weird. I'm telling y'all, but if you was to go to the motel room, they probably bought her lingerie. I wish I had somebody to know what I was talking about. You married a job. A piece of fucking work. Somebody who wouldn't pour into you if they had the Ten of Pentacles like you already got. You already got this, you just ain't walked into it. If they had it, they'd have left your ass a long time ago. Long time ago. If they'd have found what they thought they could cross over to, they'd have left a long time ago. What's this Ten of Wands? Twice. Yeah, the Nine of Cups. You wish fulfillment, baby. You creation. You God's greatest fucking gift to the universe, to the earth, you mother. How dare you try to restrict me? All my tools in reverse. I ain't trying to double up with shit. For some of y'all, it's just time to be single and live your fucking life. That's just what it is. Look, I knew he was going to show up. It's just time to walk up the step. It's just time to go forward. It's time to drag this fucking job. It's time to detach. Yeah, look. Expansion, the Three of Wands. It's time to turn your back to this shit. They don't like your back. They don't like your front. They ain't like none of your shit. You've been in the bed with them all this time and they sleeping with somebody else. They ain't like nothing about you. These men hate us, I'm telling you. What's the Ten of Pentacles? Yeah, the Seven of Cups in reverse. You ain't confused no more, is you? You can't be. If you really trying to heal, if you really going in within, you ain't confused about that person or yourself. Yo, look, the Hangman in reverse. This person confused. This person thought you was going to continue this same pattern with their ass. And you just not. Yo, look. Somebody getting crushed under this fucking wheel. And it ain't Scorpio. Because you see it clearly. You going for this 10 of Pentacles. I'm telling you, your whole life about to change. Somebody fate is in their own hands. And what they got to do is detach from this shit. Look, the 5 of Swords in reverse. Whatever it is you thought you know about this situation, all the prayers you sent up and all that shit, you got to let that shit go. The Wheel of Fortune here. Now, if you want to miss the Wheel of Fortune, your fate, and what God purposed for you, because the devil's sitting here with fucking 460 lipo and breast augmentation and shit, trying to entice you. And when I say that, I mean that, like, whatever it is this person do to get you back. That's what I'm talking about. That's what they're hand about. They know what it is. They've been with you long enough to learn you. You gave them the fucking blueprint. What's the advice here for Scorpio? Look at that 3 of Swords in reverse. Let that shit go. Let that shit go immediately. Like a hot potato or something. What else? What else? For Scorpio. They see you as a debt. The Queen of Swords in reverse. Start lying to their ass like they lying to you. I'm telling you, that's what Spirit telling me. Look. There you go. I keep telling y'all. Y'all know, when you know what the game is, you can play. On the bottom of the deck, Judgment twice in reverse. This their karma. This is person karma. For what they did to you and the other one and the other one for you and that one and the other one and all them. Fuck I said. This their karma. They wanted all these women to be in this 5 of Pentacles energy with the 6 of Pentacles in reverse energy, like 4 of Wands. Like, this person wasn't giving you shit to work with. And here you are working with it. Almost give you the mind of slaves making soul food, making meals and that fill you up and taste good out of slop, out of shit they gave you that was left off the pig and all this type of shit. Whatever they could get a hold of, like that. They got you somewhere making all this fucking soul food and he's somewhere like fucking off. Like, come on, bro. No, not gonna happen anymore. What else? What else I need to see to close this reading, Spirit? We got the Lovers in reverse. I'm telling you. This how this person roll, man. Yep. Family room. I'm telling you, this family room with the Lovers in reverse, this person want the appearance of a good home. A good family man. Somebody who work hard and take care of their plain Jane wife that's just a good mom and wholesome and all this stupid shit. But you at the bar with a bitch. Everybody seeing you, the whole world laughing at Scorpio. Not anymore. Yeah, look, now they concerned. Why are you concerned now, sir? Because you're no longer sitting in that front room watching Netflix and waiting for their damn headlights to come up the driveway. You don't give a fuck no more. You somewhere with a person in the house with you. You're on the date with them. They enjoy your fucking company. Every chance they get, they trying to take you somewhere. This person, you like, can we just chill? You so used to Netflix and chill to this person, and to you it's like they got too much motion type shit. It's like, what? I'm going out every chance I fucking get. Now this person concerned because you in the streets again. Literally. Yo, look, false person in reverse. You got your real when that Emperor showed up. Not no false person. You gonna know who this person is instantly. Everything lining up with y'all too. Y'all morals, how y'all see shit. This person wants something solid. Look, we got the community coming out in the reverse. I'm telling you, the whole community knew about this false person. They told you about him. Look, another message of concern. I'm telling you. Oh, they concerned. Everybody talking about Scorpio with their new boo. Oh, fucking well. And then we got this Spirit. There it is. Now you ain't taking anxiety medicine. Now you ain't dealing with PTSD, but they fucking is. Oh, they dealing with a lot of shit now that you gone. that third party out the window. They can't wind it down no more because you ain't paying half the bills. You should have known right then something was wrong with their masculinity, and we got child in the reverse. Main male, message in reverse. Unexpected income, wealthy man in reverse. Yeah, just like, boy, bye. Whoever this is, honey, that little gig up. I'm telling y'all, we stop chasing that shit, Scorpio. You want to know who your father is, you need to get to yourself, center yourself, and talk to him, because, honey, some of us ain't had fathers in every life, and that's why. Because we don't need to be looking for them. At all period, you too powerful. This 3D shit, it ain't powerful enough. It ain't potent enough. It don't last long enough. It's the King of Cups in the reverse. It's the King of Wands in reverse. It's them trying to game you until they find what they really want. Get enough money to get what they really want, or whatever the shit is. But you just and don't get me wrong. This ain't all men. Some men they really find a woman that they love and da 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 da. But it just be like all this shit fake. Look at Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats. It's like they done got old as fuck. Been there 15 years, but then she took it from her girlfriend. So karma just what it is. I don't know what people expect. What's going on, the healthy narcissist? What's going on, Sarah Ann? Thank you for the gift. Y'all I can't even see them. They don't register like the super chats. They come up on the screen and then they leave, so I haven't been seeing them. But thank you so much for my gifts, guys. I really get those gifts. YouTube running some type of promotion when you're on live. The more gifts you get, you win like some type of raffle or something at the end of the month. So y'all run them gifts up. Thank you for the floating heart. So what y'all up to? Why y'all up so late, Scorpioing? Y'all couldn't sleep? Hey, Tatiana. Hey, Life of Justice. What's going on? I'm just reading y'all comments, guys. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Justin. Yeah, sometimes you got to make that mark, draw that line in the sand. Like, shh. What's up, Joe? All right, Lisa. Hey, when you accept responsibility, that's what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, sometimes what I really be trying to say to us is like, sometimes you don't give a person an opportunity to change. When you just sit there in the same routine and let them change you forever transforming. You're changing, but you're not having that rebirth, meaning it's not coming back. The energy is not being reciprocated, so you being stagnant. And they feeding off of you, and they getting better so that they can move on from you. It make perfect sense. It's like you hire somebody that you can fuck on, jack off on. They help you pay half the bills. Whatever your arrangement is, it's lightening their load. But at the end of the day, everything belongs to them. At the end of the day, the man that make the money, whatever the shit is, it's like everything belongs to them. And you now you got this gap in employment. Because you chose to stay at home and take care of the kids, whatever y'all situation is. For them, it's like an exchange. You get to live this life while you with me and with my kids and doing what I need you to do. But once I level up, I'll pay you that little child support and I'll go be with who I'm fantasizing about. I'm telling you, that when men say they settling, that's what they mean when they say that. Swear to God, these men talking. Sometimes I listen to these podcasts and I just can't believe that they got the nerve to even say the shit that they say. Like they say that shit when they know women listening. They so braggadocious about it because it's like they just know it's a foolproof plan. Like this shit just worked. It been working all over the centuries. It just keep working. They keep adding legs and shit to it, but it just keep giving birth. I mean, like branching off, and we just keep feeding it. I want us to stop feeding it. Like, if you a type of person, like I said, if the shit don't feel right, if you feeling stuck, stagnant, leave. Sometimes that person might need to just not feel your energy for a minute. For some motherfuckers, it might not even take a minute. For some, they might not come back. For some, you might realize we belong together. We might realize that we really made the best decision. But if you just, to me, to stand there and trying to work it out when the other person ain't working it out, it just don't make sense. And you know what that is? That's you loving. That's you wanting to prove a point. That's you wanting to ride or die. Your ride or die been died, Scorpio. It was never built for that. This person only wanted you to ride or die for them. They didn't ride or die for you. You damn near dead. And they riding. That's how they shit went. So it's just dangerous to just be continuously like doing the same shit with these men out here, because it's just like they got a certain type and they continue, that certain type continue to evolve because we allow it. We it's like, okay, as long as I got a ring, girl, as long as I'm living in the house, you just a tenant and you working to live in that house. You walking on eggshells, your mental health declining, your hair falling out, you're losing weight, gaining weight. Who am I talking to? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Because I feel like I'm talking to somebody who right there in it right now. You and this person passing by each other like ships in the night. But yet you still like put yourself in that energy. You still allow this energy to be projected on you when this ain't your energy. You ain't pitiful. Ain't nothing wrong with your life with this person in it. Or this job you on that's not seeing your worth or your value. And then you got to ask yourself, why am I asking my job or this marriage to see my value when I don't see my value? Because if you saw your value, you wouldn't have stayed 10 years on that job without no raise. Who am I talking to? And if you knew your value, you wouldn't have stood 15, 10, however many years in a marriage that the energy wasn't being reciprocated, that you wasn't this person's equal. Because let's be clear, these Negroes today, they can't love bomb you no more past 6 months to a year. They ain't got enough wardrobe, they ain't got enough sense, and they ain't got enough money. So what did that tell you? Within a 6 month to a year term, a woman that fell in love with a man, hoping it goes somewhere. That's how quick, that's all they got to give us, is 6 months to a year, and this shit wreck your whole life. It take away from your whole life. And they saying to you, okay, I could get that right there, like six months to a year. Some months a little harder than that. But that's gonna be my wife. That's who I want. That ain't who they fantasize about. This the one that they can take home to mama. This the one the homeboys can see and be like, yeah. Cause manhood, they got a type for the house. That's why you had the 4 of Wands in reverse. You ain't the house fucking tight. Not to sit in that bitch by yourself. Not to be paying half when you... Like, my whole thing is, why even associate with a man and you got to pay half? I just rather pay all my shit. And just do what the fuck I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to fucking do it. I just pay all my shit. You get with a man that's your husband, and in their world, you need to pay half. Something wrong with his masculinity. Because a man's supposed to provide. And if you want a woman to pay half, you can't afford a woman. That's just straight fucking up. And if your job ain't paying, you need to get a second job or a side hustle. She don't need to get a job and come in and help you. She need a divorce immediately. Like literally, it's just really cutting fucking dry like that. When you sit and think to yourself, it's like it really ain't no mystery what they've been doing, and they comfortable doing it. They comfortable not making it coded, or like where you got to figure this shit out. They just blatantly doing this shit. They targeting young girls. They targeting young women because they haven't had the experience we had. They know they can't tell us no bullshit. We done already lived it. We can tell their ass from a mile away. Like literally, it's really disgusting when you move away from it and start to heal. You just start realizing how disgusting men is, and then they make you really think twice about being with their ass in the first place. Literally. To know somebody could trick you out of all them hours with no fucking pay, and then go to somebody else that ain't gonna even spend half the time you spent with their ass, even while they got money and looking their best. They just there to gold dig, and they don't care because now they can afford to pay for their fantasy girl. You ain't who they want to be connected to for the rest of their life. And they knowing whoever they fantasy girl is, she ain't finna have no fucking children and risk having fucking stretch marks and falling in love with his ass and falling off. They ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it. They're gonna give them what they pay for, and that's it. It's transactional because they know that's all this is anyway. This is a transaction. The sex workers got it down pack, I'm telling you. They got it down pack, and they ain't working on nobody's job. They got financial freedom. They riding the best cars. They traveling. They got stamps in their passport and all type of shit. Because they not looking for the ring and the promise. They looking for their checking account to be full. They looking to wear designer. They looking to go on exotic trips. And these men, the leveling up they doing, it ain't so they can save their family. We done been through all this struggle. You stayed by my side. Now you can come off your job. You paid me through college. Now I'm a doctor. I'm going to take care of all of us. No. And then when you divorce their ass and go to court, they try to hide property in the bitch name and do all this kind of stuff. They just want to totally wipe you out of the history. And that's what let you know they settled for you, and now look where they at. It's just, I'm telling you, it's a formula they got. Yes, Lisa, that's just for real. That's standing on business. That's how people is though. I mean, these men they got us they had us down pat. They really did. Oh, they make you think that because you got a body count or how many kids you got, different baby daddies, all this shit, and then they got 12 baby mamas. It just be like, for me, it's like, damn, who they is that we ain't? I don't think I want a nigga got 12 baby mamas. Fuck you talking about? And if you got 12 baby mamas, them just the 12 that got babies. What about all the other hoes you done slept with? It's like literally, you know, it's a pass. It's a pass for me because it's just like, that's all it is. They playing games with your life like a whole child. You got 12, 30 children, all these different women. Come on, that's crazy. That's literally crazy because I know you done lied and manipulated each one of them because by the time they found out who the fuck you really was, because y'all gotta understand we haven't been hearing the terminology narcissistic, love bombing, gaslighting until recently. Now that you look back, it's like, damn, yeah, that's just what the fuck. You know, we ain't have no name for it. Just they broke our heart. They played games. But when you can describe it like that, it's like, yeah, the love bombing, the gaslighting, like we've been leaving these connections like literally mentally screwed. Thinking there's something wrong with us, that we got to fix something. We ain't even thinking about healing. We thinking we got to fix something about us, our image first, because why? They done told you down. You don't even recognize yourself no more. The first thing you want to do is get your shit together. Then you start thinking about, like the cost of it. How many hours you put in. We be talking about years, but I be thinking about how many hours in a fucking year. What's minimum wage? Like, what you got in your bank account with this shit? The math don't math. No matter how you add it up. It ain't about money, but it is about money. Because that's what it is with them. They trying to come up now so that they can save you or pay you back all your sacrifices. They looking at you like, yeah, I got me a good one right here. Till I find the one I really want. I might have to give a little bit of money or property or so fucking what? I got more properties in my third party name. I got more land over here she don't even know about. She's so stupid. She paying half the bills and you doing all this shit, jumping through hoops, and they building a whole life with somebody else. You hear about it all the time. And y'all, let me tell y'all, I just got to talk about this, and I'm gonna close out. I just want you to go into the mind of a man. Listen to me. And some of y'all may have heard this. I was listening to a lady's near-death experience the other day. Her and her husband had a 12-year-old daughter that slept in the room next door. Okay. Her and her husband were breaking up, but they couldn't afford to leave each other. And so they stayed in the same room with each other and everything until everybody, their plan was to build his money up and he'll go ahead and leave, and, divorce will be fine and all this and this and that and the third. Okay. So this lady said they weren't having sex. He was in his bed. She had a bed. They had double beds in the room. She said every morning they check on each other, wake each other up or whatever, boom, boom, bam. So this one morning, she said she thinks she suffered I think it was a stroke or something like that. And so the stroke paralyzed her. She couldn't speak, she couldn't move, but she was in her right mind. And so she said when it started happening, she started going up and going to this near-death experience. She said she's elevated, saw her body on the bed or whatever like that. But she said she wasn't dead. She was in her right mind. She said she floated up. And she said God was trying to teach her how to distract herself from pain, how to detach from her body and not feel pain. And she said she couldn't understand it because she couldn't feel anything. So she was wondering, like, why is it that he want me to not be distracted by the pain? Because she said God kept telling her, just focus on me. Focus on me. And she said she couldn't understand why God just kept wanting her to focus on her. And she said she met her sister up there that had committed suicide. So she said when people die, it don't mean that they go to hell. She was just saying different stuff like that. But then she said every now and then she would come back to her body. Let me tell y'all something. This lady laid there. She said she pissed on herself and everything. This lady laid there for she said it was 5 hours from the time she was paralyzed until he found her. So she said like clockwork, every morning he came and he shook her and she wasn't moving. He said he took her eyeball and opened it and closed it, and it closed down. She said he took her arm and lifted it up and it dropped. Took the other arm, lifted it up, it dropped. Y'all. She said the man hurried up and ran. She said she thought he was going to call 911. Guess what he did? He locked the doors and he raped her. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? This is the husband that she divorcing and allowing to stay in her house because he ain't got the money to fucking move. He thinks she dead and the first or dying, and the first thing he did was rape her. She said they hadn't slept together in months. Oh, I ain't done. Have anybody seen this? Okay, so this is what God trying to distract her from what he doing, but she keep every time he do something in the 3D, she come back to her body. So she come back, this man on top of her raping her. She having a full-on stroke. She done pissed on herself. Just let you know how vile it can be. Okay. So she say after that, she hit a shower running. He get in the shower, he take a shower. She say she can't move, but she can hear what's going on. So he's showering now. So she said she hear the shower stop. And then she said now she hear the tub of water running. Y'all better know who you laying beside. You think these people love you? You think these people are here for you? You think these people gonna save you? No, 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 no. After this, she said he come for her after she hear the water cut off. He come to lift her off the bed, and she said that's one day in her life she was glad she wore almost 300 pounds because he couldn't tow her to that bathtub. He was going to drown. He was going to make it look like she drowned. He was washing all the DNA he thought off of him from him raping her. And yeah, I know y'all saying that's her husband. Yeah, no, but we getting divorced. The only reason you here is because you can't afford to leave. So he went to pull off the bed and she dropped. You got to think, not only is she almost 300 pounds, but this dead weight. So that's almost like 500 pounds. So where he dropped her at on the floor, she hear him, she say it sounds like he's running, like filling buckets of water up. And she said she hear the ice. So she said he come in there, he poured the first thing of water on her. She said she just, in her mind, she couldn't, and she said God kept trying to bring her out, like to distract her from the pain. And she said she just couldn't understand what he was doing because she said it wasn't like he was pouring the water down in her mouth. He was just dousing it on her. So I guess he just wanted first for her to appear wet, like he got her out the tub. I don't know what he was doing. She didn't either when she explained. This woman talking this shit out. It gave me chills. So she said after a while, she said her teeth was clammed shut. She couldn't even open them. She said they was just from what was going on with her, they was closed shut. So he couldn't, she said when he finally wet her whole body, he came and he tried to open her mouth to drown her with the water. And she said her mouth could not open because it was clammed shut. But she said when he would take his hand and cup her nose, she said for some reason a reflex would open her up and she gasped one gasp. And she said her teeth would clamp back down. She said even then she was still like trying to, like she just couldn't in her mind say he's trying to kill me. He's trying to make sure I'm dead. Now mind you, fast forward the story, she said while he doing all this, she's remembering that they got $1 million insurance policy. You know, think about it. If y'all got $1 million, you married, you got $1 million insurance policy. Okay, we finna get a divorce. We stand together because we don't have finances. Who the hell thinking about the insurance policy at that point? Who even think about that type of shit until somebody die, right? Well, he thinking about it because he trying to make sure that she dead now. Okay, so the lady said every time he did that, she gasped for air. She come back open. He go back. She him filling up the water. He come back. Now he's trying to pry her teeth open. and it wouldn't work. So she said she really couldn't breathe when he cupped her mouth, how her teeth was clenched. And so she said after a while, she said that it was the seventh, I think she said the seventh bucket of ice water, he came in and he doused it on her. She said she don't know why, but she said her whole body came alive. She said she scared the living shit out of him. She said she still couldn't talk, but she said she had all of her body motion back. And she was trying to tell him to leave, And do y'all know, when the police came, when everybody came, when everything was said and done, they locked this lady up in a crazy house? He came down to the police station dressed all up in a suit and tie, ain't worked in years. Convinced them people that she depressed, crazy. Okay, yeah, because she got PTSD. She taking anxiety pills from dealing with your motherfucking ass and trying to get a divorce. So he using all this against her. She ended up going into a mental ward, and within 24 hours, a advocate or a social worker have to come talk to you. Hey, Queen Deja. This social worker and a man came to talk to her, okay, about what actually happened. And around the time of them talking to her and her telling them what actually happened, her like her doctor record come in. And they had said what all she had suffered from in that moment and everything like that. Then they tried to make it seem as though like she was even more crazy. So long story short, guys, this guy was an immigrant. They both were. She's Pakistan and he was Egyptian. She said she wasn't even supposed to marry him because of their different religions. And she said once they got married, she see why. But anyway, he ended up going back to Egypt. He never got any time for trying to literally kill her. He raped her and literally tried to kill her. Had God not distracted her, she said she felt like if God had not distracted her from her body, she'd know he would have drowned her. And that made me go back to the story about the man who got stage 4 cancer. He just got that diagnosis that Friday. They leave, him and his wife, and it's raining and storming, have a wreck. He go into a coma for a month or so. When he come out of the coma, he forget that he have cancer, and he go totally into remission. Because his mind forgot that his body got cancer. Y'all got to understand what's going on. We got to understand that we can make this body do what we want it to fucking do. Sickness and disease can't hold us captive. Or we couldn't be here on this earth existing, vibrating, like every other living thing. And so, this was the father of her child. This was her husband. Yeah, they was getting a divorce, but damn, like that? The first thing in your mind wasn't to call 911, it was to rape me? And y'all think we ain't living with these distorted masculines, and then he had the nerve to go put on a suit and tie and performed. And it worked. She eventually got out of the mental ward. She said she didn't stay there 7 days because the people who loved her and figured out how much money she made and who she was. She was some type of big CEO or some type of company. Like she like her mental capacity for what she did for work, they knew she wasn't nothing wrong with her mental at all, period. But I'm just telling you how what she had to go through because a man showed up in a suit and tie performing. The narcissist. That's all they do. They perform. They live for that type of shit. Oh, man, to be able to make her look like a fool, to be able to get away with rape and attempted murder, and all they did was deport your ass back to Egypt for you to do that shit to somebody else? She said she heard the first thing she did, the first phone call she made when she got out the mental ward was to cancel that insurance policy. And be honest with you, If we being honest, I really feel like if it wouldn't have been no insurance policy, he still would have raped her. He still would have did that. And you got to understand, he been laying by her like that every night, wanting to rape her. That's scary. That's real scary because a lot of people still in the same house with these people. You don't know how these people feel really about you. You never really do that. The whole thing was a lie in the first place, or you wouldn't be wanting to get a divorce. And nowadays, the women the one initiating the divorce because the men would stay married to your dumb ass forever if you let them. After all, they not under no restrictions you are. You don't need to wait. You showing too much bosom. Your skirt too high. It need to be longer. Your heels too high. But every bitch with the bosom open, the back out, the short skirt on, that's what they clocking. And when they met you, that's what you was doing. Just being you. Being okay with your sexuality. Not listening to what men say about whatever the fuck it is. It's almost like they don't want you to be their fantasy girl. They want you to be their wife. It's like, okay, look, I can get, like, she beautiful and all that shit, but I can see her like looking like a fucking librarian. Dumbing you straight on down. Lower your self-esteem right along with theirs. While they looking all confident and trying to level up to get to another bitch. Child, that shit played out. I ain't doing it. Oh, talk about it, Queen Deja, because half of them gay as fuck. You right, and just like the man said, okay, you got women who want a man that got 6 figures. Okay. He said you just chopped it down to what, 5% of men? Then you got the 2% that's married, the other 2% that's gay, and you got 1% that's available. How many of us gonna get that good man? It's impossible. And we ain't even counting the bitches who out here with the fuckery don't want neither one of that shit. They just want to play. So it's just like the whole thing is what you gonna settle with, like counter, or just be single. That's just what it is. Ain't no formula for that shit. That's just how they been, and they stuck in it. It's a pattern. Just like we stuck in accepting that shit and continuing to do it over and over, thinking something gonna change. And one thing about it is, if somebody love you, they'll change. That's why you did so much changing, because you was in love with them. They ain't in love with you. Because when you in love with somebody, it changes you. It's supposed to. But it's supposed to do it for the good, and we both supposed to be changing and evolving. Not somebody controlling the whole narrative, somebody not seeing you as equal, somebody who wanna, you got some men who pay everything so they can make all the, so that they can have all the say. But that's not a divine masculine man. That's a man with holes in their masculinity. Because a divine masculine man can pay all the bills and still let you have your opinion and still see you as equal. I'm just saying. Some people just don't want equal. Some people, because of their low self-esteem and shortcomings, equal don't sound good to them. They always want to be on top, whether it's in a relationship or what, because they never been on top. That's why I say once they get on top, you ain't good enough for them no more. They want the fantasy girl, the third party girl, they're winding down her. That's why they ain't got the energy for you to wind it down. They already doing it somewhere. They always broke because they somewhere else fucking off. I'm telling you, when men want to do something for a woman, when they love a woman, they'll make a way. When you start getting Mother's Day cards, when you start getting birthday cards, them bitches in the Dollar Tree for $1. When they don't remember your anniversary no more, when they don't bring you flowers, not because it's your birthday. When people start doing you like that, man, they forgetting about you. They either doing it somewhere else or they just, it just don't wear off. The game don't wear off. The mask done fell off. And they expecting you to go off of what they did before. That's why they did it. It was for a future investment, future flex. To get you trapped, make you fall in love, and then boom, that ain't really what it is. I mean, and it's just a cycle that we keep. And then when you see the women who done broke free, it's like, oh my God. It's a lot of men and women out here love and they still, yeah. But I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about men. I'm talking to the women who don't do that. That's who I'm talking to. I'm talking to the women who stayed faithful, loyal. I'm talking about the women who waited and waited and waited on their spouse, their male counterpart, to just see them as equal. Y'all act like that shit is like cutting y'all arm off just to be seen as equal. Especially like women who pay half, you paying half and you can't even have to say about who come over to the house. You can't have no say about this. You got everything this way or no way. Like, you ain't even got no say in your own shit. I'm talking to them. If that ain't you, then don't fucking comment. I'm talking to divine feminine women right now. Who done gave all they got to fucking give and still ain't got nowhere. And the person still don't want to do the work. And the work, when you say work on your marriage or your relationship, all that means is work on you. You ain't asking this person to do something like phenomenal. I ain't even asking you to change. I'm asking you to go within and see and put yourself in my place. These men, they so selfish and apathetic. They don't even, you could be crying right there in front of their ass and they don't even give a fuck, but let their homeboy get locked up for life. They'll boo-hoo cry like a baby. Their eyes tear up so fucking quick. They don't give a fuck about what you going through. They don't have no compassion for women. It's like they hate women. Literally. And they proving their manhood to the men that's around them that's just as stupid as they are. That's what's going on. And if that ain't the most childish shit I ever seen, that this packs of men that run together that do this type of stupid shit to women. They baby mothers, the mothers of their children. They don't have no respect for nothing. This man raped her. He thought she was either dead or almost dead. Instead of calling 911, 3 hours later, she called 911. 3 hours later, she called 911. He never called 911. He never dialed 911 for this lady. Never. Not one time. And got off. Got off. And if she hadn't been a woman, that's what I'm trying to say about women. If she hadn't been a woman that had a high-powered job, that worked with numbers every day, that had to use their mental capacity every day like she did. She was on flights 3 and 4 times going to different like countries and shit like that. Like this woman, her shit was aggressive. You had to have a good mind to do what she did. That was the only thing saved her. This man had to, if it wasn't for that, she'd be in the mental ward. She'd have lost her child. He'd have went back to Egypt with the little girl. He tried that too. I'm telling you. And just think, she offered to let him stay there. That was her house. She brought him from Egypt. He didn't have shit. She offered to let him stay there until he could get his money up to get a ticket back to Egypt. And he decided he wanted to kill her ass and get the $1 million and go back to Egypt with their child. Oh, did I mention he had a girlfriend? I can't make this shit up. That's crazy. Can you imagine that? Your whole mind is saying, you know, when Chris wake up and he see I'm dead or almost dead, the first thing he gonna do is mouth to mouth or call 911 and this bitch get on top of me and rape me? Man, can you imagine what my mind would be saying? Oh my God, he finna kill me. That would have been the first, cause like you ain't trying to save me. You know I ain't in no normal state. I mean, and then she couldn't move. She had to be full with terror for 3 hours. That seventh bucket of ice cold water shocked her body out whatever it was she was going through. Y'all look that shit up. That shit is crazy. And he got off. Cause see, to them, that's her husband. So her having semen inside of her, that's normal. Cause that people, that's what I always say, people on the outside looking in, they don't know what's going on behind them closed doors. They don't know what the arrangement is. They see you pulling up from the grocery store, yeah, they see you coming home from work every day, yeah. But they don't know what's going on inside the house. I always say that. So to them looking in, it's like, what you mean your husband raped you? On what world? In what world is that even logical? So when she's sitting there telling them, well, we ain't slept together and I don't know how long. I'm just letting him stay here. He'll fright. Look at the live acting up. He ain't even have his paperwork. She finna help him get a green card and all over here. She giving him a better life. Like, she done came over here, bust her ass, got a house, good paying job. She willing to take care of him, and he ain't even got no money, and she got him the beneficiary of her $1 million policy. This how we be in love. We being stupid. We don't be in fucking love. And these men definitely don't be in love. Because my whole thing is, if your husband can go lay down with another fucking woman, he'll kill you. He'll think you dead and he'll get on top of your ass and rape you. And then he'll run some water, take a shower, run some more water in the bathtub and lay you in it. And then call the police. 3 hours later. And you sitting up talking about you love this person. You don't want to see them out on the streets. You gonna let them stay until they get enough money. They plotting and planning the whole while. That's crazy. You know how many women don't come back from that type of shit? You know how many women done died? I always said I can imagine somebody like, it's like you look up, the father of your children, your husband, got his hands around your neck, strangling you. By the time you wrap your mind around this ain't a break-in, this my husband, you dead. By the time you start trying to fight back, you dead because you can't understand why would he be doing this to me? We still in love. Why is he choking the shit out of me? That's the in love, just still trying to rationalize why would he do this? Because you just like a bitch on the street somewhere to them. Literally. They still scouting for what they want. And unless you control and do what they want you to do for them to have their happy life, they'll snuff you out. Don't even mind sitting in prison. They ain't got shit going on no way, most of them. I'm just being honest. And this is what we ascribe to. This is what we looking for. Because we looking for our Father. We looking for that protection. We looking for that stability. We looking for somebody to honor us. We got to do it to ourselves first. We got to honor ourselves first. That's what you got to do. And you got to allow people time to do that to themselves. Some people ain't gonna never look within. Some people will never have an ego death. Some people just gonna keep going until they find somebody just as toxic as the fuck they is. And then they'll be okay. Because that's something they can control. That's something that they gonna feel challenged in. That's something that all that aggressive shit back and forth. That fighting and all. You ain't with all that. You want peace. You want peace. All right, guys, I'm gonna get off here. I just wanted to share that with y'all. That was crazy. That was crazy to me. Like, out of all the shit, I thought she was gonna say, like, I thought she was gonna be like, by the time he called the ambulance and da da da, I was dead. When the ambulance, like, I thought she was gonna come in, because most life death experience, near death experiences, they be done had a car crash or, it be something like that, a stroke, and they just go out their body or something. So I'm expecting this woman to say this, and this woman say the first thing he did was rape her. Y'all, I still ain't wrapped my mind around that shit. And you got a child with this person, you married to this person, you love this person. You still love them. Or you wouldn't even let them, you wouldn't even want to be in the same space with them like that. Here you are still trying, and I guess a lot of it had to do the fact too that he didn't have nobody there. He didn't have nowhere to go, right? Because he was from Egypt. But she brung him there for a better life. And he tried to take hers and raped her. I'm done with it, y'all. Toxic insanity. That's it. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video.